I just spent an awesome day canyoning. I'm out here in Squamish, British Columbia, and canyoning is this new thing that's come over from Spain. Well, my instructor was from Spain, and you're basically rappelling yourself down a canyon, down a creek or a waterfall. And you start at the top, you end up at the bottom. It has been an absolutely awesome day. Let me show you guys. We started the day pretty early at 9 a.m. and our instructors had all of our gear ready to go. We all got a helmet, a wetsuit, and a harness. We'd also got boots because we needed those. We're gonna get wet all day. And there were 7 of us in the group, with 2 instructors helping us and guiding us throughout the day. So we drove up the mountain and did a short little walk from the cars. And I had no idea what I was gonna see when we were doing this walk. After receiving a quick instruction as to how to rappel ourselves down, we very quickly just started the day. And here's our first climb down. This was really small but pretty scary because I'd never done anything like that before. So this is my turn, here we go. That's how you put the rope through that hook. And you sit back in your harness, balance your feet really wide, and sort of start going back down the rock. And it's not as difficult as it looks. Now, I think this was about 2 meters, 3 meters coming down that rock. I have to do all of my ropes by myself, put them in, put them out. And now I have to get wet. Oh, this was so cold. So cold. It's the hottest month of the year, August, but because this canyon was in the shade and the water's coming from a glacier, it was freezing. And this was an all-day event, 8 hours. There's one of the cool waterfalls we went down, and there's of course more jumping in the water. You do have to have some swimming skills. All of our stuff and our lunches was in our dry bags, and our drinking water, my GoPro batteries, so that was really handy. And of course it's a little chilly standing and watching everyone else go down. Now our instructor was from Spain and he was really well experienced because this is a big sport in Spain. And he came down first, set up all of the ropes for us, and then the assistant instructor helped us. Like right now when somebody's upside down, it does happen. But as you can see, she flipped herself back up and everything is safe. The scenery here was absolutely fantastic. I don't think this GoPro does it justice. I mean, it was beautiful. Here we are setting up one of the new ropes. This was one of the bigger climb downs because you couldn't actually see all the way where you're going up until you get there. So this is halfway down and I had to switch ropes, as you can see. And he's going to put me on a new rope, and I sit on the sledge, flip over, and I'm just hanging out now on my harness and propelling myself down. I sped this up a little bit. That one was my favorite one because of that flip up on top, and you'll get to see it in a second as I show you someone else doing it after me. There they are. They just came off of that ledge, flipped over, and they're coming down now. Such a beautiful place. This is called Brittania Creek in Squamish. And of course we all had to do silly dances just to get moving while we waited, just to warm ourselves up. And you're continuously getting wet all day, but this was a lot of fun, climbing through waterfalls and just traversing this canyon. This was our first time, so we didn't know what it looks like. But they have different courses, and they're creating more courses, and there's even going to be some winter climbing as well, so I'm excited to try that soon. We did stop for lunch halfway through the day, and that was about a 45-minute break, and then we continued on again. So this is going to be a very exciting little nook coming up. A little bit of cave exploration here. Somebody that was claustrophobic could go around. She didn't have to do this, so if any of you watching are freaked out by tight spaces, then you can always go around. I'll show you where we came out in a second. Someone else will be scrambling through. There we go. That's the giant boulder. That's a fun little scramble. Reminded me of coral swim-throughs in scuba diving. There's our instructor setting up the lines, and one of the first people to go. This was a challenging one because you're right on the water and it's kind of slippery. So you've got to pay attention to what you're doing. There's me putting in the rope again. It's very easy once you get the hang of it. But you do have to keep your balance with your feet wide and watching where you step, of course. Made it halfway down. Getting rained on now. This was a little uncomfortable because if it's hitting your eyes, you can't see. So I'll show you where I climbed from. That was me at the top just now. This was one of the more fun ones. And it looks like the day is over. We're just hiking along the river. There'll be a few more climbs, but the majority of them are behind us now. So we did maybe 20 minutes of walk along the creek afterwards, back to where our first set of cars were parked. And then one of the people did do a shuttle drive up to the top cars for those who had left them up at the top of the mountain. I honestly didn't want this day to end. This was a really fun adventure. So this is a fun little one. You had to dive into the water at the bottom, and it's really small, but somehow everyone was a bit hesitant to do it. I think maybe because of the rushing water. I sped this file up a little bit because people climbing down took a while. And you'll see I'm not that graceful either. This was an awkward climb because you're facing as you're climbing down, and usually it's the opposite, you face the rock when you climb down. And very slippery here as well. I can't believe I actually jumped through this and didn't get knocked over by the water. Here's a second hesitation. Yep, there it is. So cold. I'm just waiting for everyone to get through now. And this is our last few moments before we find the cars again and finally get dry, but not before one more water slide. I did this tour with West Coast Canyoning Adventures in British Columbia, and I am definitely going back for more adventures with them. These guys were absolutely awesome, and everything was extremely safe all day long. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.